Hello there. How are you? This is Andrew Coates, and we are performing Behind the Mic. It's a little segment that we have going on here where we discuss what we did on the radio today, Behind the Mic. I'm Andrew Coates. Today for Behind the Mic, I did Jimmy Walker and I did a definitions on the word listen. Now, the reason why I did Jimmy Walker, it is pretty straightforward. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday to Jimmy Walker. He's an amazing guy. He's very funny, and that one was straightforward. And the definitions for the word listen, that actually came from a book I was reading. To be honest, I forgot the title. It was a couple months ago, but it just came back up to my head. And in the book, the man, he talks about how his wife never listens and how it's always a big problem with that. And that started making me think. It is an obvious concept, and a lot of people know about it, that we all need to listen. We all just need to listen. Just sit down and listen. And I feel a lot of problems in the world would be solved if we just sat down, we listened, and we actually felt the emotion and the passion behind the words that people say. Because we're not just saying stuff. We have ideas, we have feelings that are being conveyed by words.
Well, a lot of people don't want to listen because they just want to convey that and get their point across without listening.
Exactly. And
how important is that?
It's like what they say. You need two people to have a conversation.
Yeah.
So,
I like the saying, God gave you two ears and one mouth. So what do you think is most important?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can I go back? I want to talk about good times.
Sure.
Good times, anytime. How come they never got out of the projects?
I'm not sure.
What was the father's name in Good Times?
Rose.
No.
It wasn't?
No. What was Jimmy Walker's father's name? What was JJ's name? What was his little brother's name? What was his sister's name?
I can't say all.
Oh, bro, everybody knows Thelma.
Yeah, Thelma.
And the little brother.
The little brother. Mm-hmm. Little brother.
You don't know his name?
That little brother is.
Wasn't the father's real name John Amos?
John Amos?
Amos.
Amos. Was it?
I'm asking you. You're not going to throw that back to me. I'm asking you and telling you at the same time. And the father is from our area.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't speak about him in your segment on the air.
Yeah, I mostly just looked up Jimmy Walker. A lot of people know him from the show. He was a standout character.
I think Jimmy Walker's still on the comedian circuit today.
Yeah, but I believe so. He's definitely on. He's definitely still there. He's going on strong, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Next weekend is Independence Day, the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Historically, just so everybody knows, historically, the 4th of July is not the real Independence Day for this country. The history's all wrong. If you look at the people who write the history, you'll find out that it's all wrong. Why? Because it doesn't include who? It doesn't include you. Okay, that's no joke. That's all serious business, right? But for 4th of July, my famous speech that I enjoy is the speech by who? Got any ideas?
Paul Mooney.
No, not. Oh, Paul Mooney's my man, but he's X-rated. Okay, and we're GP. Okay, so keeping it GP for everybody, it's Frederick Douglass. Mm-hmm. But I invite everybody to listen to Paul Mooney. If you don't know who Paul Mooney is the writer for Richard Pryor, one of the writers for Richard Pryor. He was by Richard Pryor's side. Anyway, I just thought I'd join in on the Behind the Mic. Okay.
Of course.
And next week. So what are you going to do to talk about the real independence? You're going to have to do some research, eh?
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Definitely. the history of the African American, the black man, the Moorish man, the man from the motherland, okay? The history of that man and woman has not been told. And I leave to you to give a rap.
Thank you for listening. Of course, Mr. Bay, everything you said today was absolutely correct. And I assure you, next week we're going to have an amazing segments here. I plan on having a big thing. So definitely look forward to that. That's going to be a special for 4th of July episode for Quest Youth Radio. And I fully intend on keeping that promise. Thank you very much for listening Behind the Mic. Always keep it locked. Thank you very much.